So I'm contemplating going short in the market right now, targeting 66.11, which is going to be down here. I can do stops just above the high here. So
Order filled.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these shorts. What a horrible, oh my God. The worst, the worst slippage. I'm going to take these shorts. So I'm going to be taking these shorts at the current high of the day. We have a lot of trap buying. We're trying to pull up the footprint here. You guys can see all of these positive deltas here at the high of day. This is going to be a different value area high. This is going to be the session value area. I know these prices are a little bit off. That's just because I got to roll over the price. But if we look at this, we have a lot of trap buying in this area. We have the POC of the candlestick being at the 66.80, where we have a delta of 986. So I'm just going to do stops literally right at the high of the day at 66.81, where we're seeing the buyers struggle to continue to actually push the market up here. Now I'm going to be looking essentially for almost kind of like a meaner version setup here. If we look at the profile itself, we're at the edge of value, session profile value area high, and we're above the cash session value area high, and we're still seeing these buyers kind of struggle here at these prices. If we look at this, we had a push up, fail, push up, fail, push up, fail. Like they're slowly getting these higher prices, but ultimately we're seeing a lot of absorption up here. So what I'm thinking is we could see a pullback and a move back down into 66.11.5, which is going to be not only our cash session VPOC, but our session profile VPOC, and then the value area low as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. So we're seeing some more aggressive selling come in. I'm gonna just keep scalping these Apex evals. There's another really good entry opportunity here. We saw some large buying come into the market, and price still held that cluster's POC around these like 21s. So I decided to re-short there on the re-short there on the evals. So we'll see if we could just start pushing through. We have some bids we have some bids sitting here at 13 and a half. So I think we can just flush down into these 13s. Although I do have to be careful with these Apex evals. So I'm up $1,000 right now. Again, 1,250. With these Apex evals, really, I'm just trying to scalp. That's all I can do. Especially with that 14s. Now we're starting to see some bidding activity going on at like these 14s and these 13s. So just to show you guys the footprint here really quick, you can see that there's that POC at that value area high. So we're just right outside of value, how we started to push back into this large delta, and we saw volume immediately drop off, and not much participation up here at these 80. So as we started to reject and aggressive selling came in, that's when I started to take the entry. Oh wow, we just completely flushed. I'm gonna take the
Order filled.
Apex accounts. I'm of course still gonna hold here on my personal account, although I got slipped just terribly. Here we see large aggressive selling is starting to come in. A few bids here. If we can't push through these bids, and I start to see some absorption here, because now we're trading back in value, and all that simply means is now that we're trading back inside of value, you know, there could be a lot of choppiness, there could be a lot of different things that can happen. We can see a pullback, we can see a reversal. So I want to be cautious here. So I'm gonna just leave this up here. If we can't push through this bid here, which you can see we pushed into it and then started to reject so far. If we can't push through this bid, then I'm gonna close the position at a scalp here. Starting to see some buying come in. I want to see this bid get pushed through. Bids are basically just buy limit orders. Getting a little bit of a pullback here, which is okay. I mean, in this situation, I'm gonna have to stop out pretty much above the POC of the high here. So if we start to push back up into like this area right here, this is where I'm gonna have to stop out. This is where a lot of that volume was done prior, and if we can't hold beneath that, then I'm just gonna close it. So, you know, it's just what I kind of have to do with that slippage. We're pushing back into this 66.15 where we have these bids here. So if we can't push through these 66.15s, then I'm gonna close the position and just take the profit off of the table here. This is gonna be a potential turning point here, especially that we've pushed into this high volume node and we're turning back into value. Seeing some buyers trying to step in here. All right, the sellers are starting to get aggressive at this 66.15. We have some rebidding done. I'm just gonna take the scalp there, guys. Like, look at this. We had rebidding done here at 66.15. And you can see how we had some selling volume come in, but not too much ultimately. And now we're starting to see some larger buying volume come in. So I decided to just close the position there. Although we could still push through. I wanted to mainly close the position because my positioning wasn't that great here on this trade. I got slipped really heavily. And we could still push through, but I'd rather not take the risk, especially that we have FOMC on Wednesdays. So the trade you're about to see, I want to give you guys a quick recap as to why I took the actual trade itself. So just to give you guys a quick recap, if we look at this, we're trading at the high of day. We have a lot of trap buying at the high of day. And essentially what I was looking for was a reversion back into value. More importantly, I was thinking we can get down into the overall session volume profile POC and then the cash session point of control. But this is where we've seen the most volume transacted throughout the day, which is why we took the trade and why we're targeting this area down here. Although we did see some trapped selling efforts in these 66.16, 66.15s, you can see we have a POC shift up onto the cash profile. So it's a good sign that we exited the position a little bit early, but just wanted to give you guys that quick recap. Now, the reason for entry was the area of interest we were trading at was going to be the session value area high, and you guys could see we were right there at that area, or we were right there just outside of value, seeing buyers struggle to continue to push the price up. Therefore, we should get a short-term move to the downside and a pullback before anything else. So we were able to capitalize off of this little move here. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys really quick.